everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We have finished our St. Patrick's Day and Rainbow theme, and now we're moving into Easter. We actually got a head start with Easter this week, so we've done a few of these activities already, but the bulk of them are going to be when we get back from spring break, which is the week after next. So I've got everything planned out. I thought I'd share with you some of our activities as well as give you a quick tour of our classroom. First, I thought I would start with circle time. And one of the things that I learned while I was doing virtual teaching was the importance of using these little stick props. And I decided to keep going once we got in person, and they love it. They're used to it from when we did online, so they're used to having their own stick to hold. So these are little bunny props, and I'll drop a link to these in the description. They're free on my website. I made enough for each child and then a little extra as well. And just like I do with all of my circle time props, I like to laminate them, make them more sturdy, and then I tape them to a jumbo craft stick. This is an 8-inch jumbo craft stick. You can use a popsicle stick if you want. I just happen to like this size because it holds nicely in their hands. So I just keep these in this little container in our circle time area. And when we read any bunny books or we're singing any bunny songs, we can take this out. And there's some cute ones that we already got started with last week. So I have those, and I also have my Easter playlist on Spotify. I'll drop a link to this playlist in the description, but you'll see that there's some really cute ones, like This Is the Way the Bunny Hops by the Kaboomers. That's when we take our sticks and we're moving them up and down as we're hopping around the circle. So there's some really cute ones in here. 5 little bunnies. You can take 5 of these and hold all 5 and use them while you sing the song with the children. So again, I'll drop a link to this in the video description. And then some books that we're gonna be reading. This one's called Eggs Are Everywhere. And then we also have Hello Bunny. And we have Where Are Baby's Easter Eggs, to kind of get used to when we go on our little egg hunt. And we have the Very Hungry Caterpillars Easter Colors, and we have Spot's First Easter. So those will be part of our circle time activities. So let me show you some of our activities that we have this week. This is an activity where they have to look at the inside of the egg, and then there's different numbers. So each one looks a little different. They'll know because of the color and the amount of circles. And then it just goes like that. So each one's a little different. And the older children can actually use this as a counting activity, but our younger children just love to, they like to take them and just put them back and forth. And they also like to carry these around. Of course they do, just like the wooden eggs. And let's take a look. Oh, this is a free printable that I have on my website. I'll drop a link in the description. So I decided for our younger children to make 3 copies. So the first one I kept whole, just solid like this, and I didn't cut it apart. It's laminated. And then what I did was I made a second copy and I just cut out the eggs. I did nothing with cutting out the inside. This is for the younger children. So all they're gonna do here is they're just gonna match the color up. Then when they're ready, they can then take the pieces, I've cut them apart again, and they can match them up like that. And then you can take it one step farther, and then they can actually, it's like a puzzle, self-correcting puzzle, so they can just put it together like that. So there's different ways that you can use this. One printable, again, I'll drop a link in the blog description. So that's going to be one of our table activities. Another activity we're going to do is we have these little bunnies, and this is another free printable on my website. We're just probably going to just paint these. This is a fun little watercolor activity. The one thing I meant to mention in my earlier videos is that this is this is going to be week 4 of us being in person. We've been doing virtual this whole time. So at the beginning of the year, our children absolutely love to use watercolor palettes. It is so calming, and especially our 2-year-olds, they really enjoy it. So I'll probably just use our watercolor palettes with these. I just cut them out. The printable actually looks like this. And then another thing that we have is, and we already got a head start, we started this last week, this is an egg printable. And what I did last year and the year before was I actually gave them Q-tips. I like Q-tips because it's a great fine motor. And they were actually putting the colors inside the circles. But for our younger children, they just had a lot of fun using the watercolor palettes and painting their eggs. So these, and then we just hung these in our classroom. Just really cute little simple idea, nice fine motor. Getting a little bit more detailed, we got a head start on this last week as well. Now I have a friend, Meredith, who she owns the blog Homegrown Friends, and she has a great Instagram account. I highly suggest you go check it out. And she has an art studio. And she actually took the wooden eggs that I shared and she put them in the salad spinner. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's genius. We've only put paper in our salad spinner. But then I saw these cute plastic egg ornaments and they're really lightweight, and I thought, I wonder how this would work in a salad spinner. So we got a head start last week, as I said, and you just put them in the salad spinner and they squeeze the paint on, and then we put the top on it, and then they would press it, and then it would spin, the paint would splatter. They got to choose what colors they wanted, and then when they took it out, it was a nice, colorful spin art egg, and now we have them hanging on a rod in our window. They look so nice. So we're going to continue doing that for our Easter theme. And another activity we're going to do is each child is going to get some bubble wrap. I love if you can find the bubble wrap with the big circles because it just makes more of a print, a design. And I'm going to have it on a tray. I'm going to squirt the paint on, and then they're going to roll the paint on the bubble wrap. Toddlers especially love this activity because of the motion that's going on. And I just let them go as long as they want. And then when they're ready, they can take the egg-shaped paper and they can press it right on top of their painted bubble wrap and pick it up, and they'll have a nice print. Now this is another free printable that I have. I'll drop a link in the description. It's so simple. It's just an egg shape, and you can use this for lots of different art activities. You can also use this on your easel, which is what we're going to do, and you can also have this at your writing table and you can give them some different writing tools with that. You can put stickers on it, they can use stamps on it, whatever you want. So again, this is a free little template that's on the website. I'll drop a link in the description as well. And then the other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be painting our Easter bags for our little Easter egg hunt. And so we do this every year. I'm just going to have them paint these with watercolors. And then I have these little toppers, these bunny toppers. This is another free printable on the website. And I'm just gonna cut them out, and then I attach them to their bag so it has their name on it. And we've done this in the past. So we'll have our Easter egg hunt during that week as well. So those are some of the things that we're gonna be doing. And then as far as in our classroom, as I said before, we will have our egg-shaped paper that is on our easel. And in sensory, we still can't have sand or rice or water or anything small like that. We only can have big pieces that can be easily washed. So we have our fit together pieces. We have some felt-shaped eggs, and they can match these eggs up by color. And then at our science and exploration area, I thought I would put a little scale out, and they can just weigh them. They can put the eggs in and see which side is heavier. In our dramatic play area, I have set it up so it is an Easter brunch. So we have breakfast food, and we have our little spring trays. I put out some flowers, and of course we have our wood eggs over there. This is how our classroom is set up for Easter. And then from there, we're going to be moving on to bugs and butterflies and gardening for April. So I will be doing a separate video that I'll talk a little bit more about that. Thanks for watching.